Many people believe that starting a business requires a lot of capital or a complex physical structure, but the current reality is different. With just a computer and access to the network, the barriers to entry have practically disappeared. The global digital market already generates trillions of dollars annually, creating opportunities for small individual entrepreneurs. Today, technology allows you to reach customers anywhere in the world with extremely simple and accessible tools. However, there is a detail that many ignore. Not every online business model is truly viable for those who are just starting out. There are specific paths that require little initial investment but offer real potential for growth and scale. In this video, I selected 5 models that stand out for being practical and accessible, without unrealistic promises or magic shortcuts. Get ready to understand how these opportunities work and why they could be the ideal starting point for you. First business, sale of ebooks. One of the simplest digital businesses to start today is selling ebooks. An ebook is basically a book in digital format that can be sold online to anyone in the world. The great advantage is that, once created, the ebook can be sold infinitely without additional production costs. And today, there are platforms that do practically all the distribution work. A clear example is Amazon through the Kindle Direct Publishing self-publishing system. In this model, you write the ebook, publish it on the platform, and it is automatically sold in Amazon's global store. When someone purchases, the platform itself processes the payment, delivers the ebook, deposits the royalties for the author. In other words, you create the content once and it can continue selling for years. Let's go to a simple example. If an ebook costs $20 and you make 50 sales, that already represents $1,000 in revenue. However, there is an important detail that many beginners overlook. The success of an ebook does not depend on the length of the book, but rather on the problem it solves. A short guide that teaches something specific, for example, how to save money, start a business, or learn a skill, often sells much more than a long and generic book. And it is precisely for this reason that many creators are using ebooks as a gateway to digital businesses. Second, channel on YouTube. Creating content can become a real business when done strategically. Platforms like YouTube allow monetization of an audience through advertising, digital products, affiliates, and model partnerships with brands. The advantage of this model is that the content continues to work for you for years. A video published today can continue to generate views and income in the future. For example, many creators report that over 70% of views come from old videos. In other words, each new piece of content becomes a digital asset. But this only happens when the channel focuses on useful and searchable content. Third business, affiliate marketing. In affiliate marketing, you promote products from other companies and receive a commission for each sale. This model is interesting because you don't need to create your own product. You simply connect the customer with the solution. I'll give you a simple example. If a product costs $100 and pays 30% commission, each sale generates $30 for the affiliate. But to achieve this return, many affiliates use blogs, social networks, and educational videos to attract an audience interested in the subject. However, there is a critical factor in this model. The content needs to educate before selling. Otherwise, the audience simply ignores the recommendation. Fourth business idea, digital services. One of the quickest ways to make money online is by offering services. Some examples such as video editing, graphic design, social media management, copywriting, and consulting have the advantage of having a very low barrier to entry. In many cases, you can start by simply offering services on freelance platforms. And here there is an interesting detail. Many freelancers start by charging low rates and with experience can charge 5 to 10 times more for the same services. In other words, this model can grow rapidly with specialization. And finally, the fifth business idea, paid newsletter or premium content. This model has been growing rapidly. The idea is very simple. You create specialized content on a specific topic and charge a monthly subscription. Examples include personal finance, investments, technology, and business. If a newsletter charges $10 per month and has 500 subscribers, that already represents $5,000 in monthly recurring revenue. The difference with this model is that it creates predictable income, something that many online businesses lack. And the most interesting part, many newsletters started with just a few dozen readers. Final conclusion. There is an important lesson here. The biggest mistake people make is not choosing the wrong business. It is waiting for the perfect moment to start. While they wait, Other people start with what they have, adjust along the way, and evolve. Most of these business models do not require a large initial investment, but they require something that almost no one is willing to maintain: consistency over a long period. Online businesses almost always start small, but when executed the right way, they can turn into digital assets that continue to generate income for years. In the end, the difference is almost never in the idea, it's in who actually starts and keeps executing. Leave in the comments a good example of a business idea for those with little capital, but that can bring a great chance of return in the future. And I ask you to like this video if this content has helped you in any way, and take the opportunity to subscribe to the channel if your goal is investment and personal development. I'll be waiting for you in the next video. See you later.